Imelda here, and I want to say thank you so much for joining me again today. I have another 12 by 12 layout for you, and this is layout I have created using mostly stuff from my stash. I have some stuff that I've pulled from various Felicity Jane kits, but it's a very simple layout, very easy to put together, and I didn't really use that much different embellishments or paper. A lot of it was scraps, and a lot of it was just things that I had basically already out on my table as I was working. So this is a layout that I created while my sisters and I and my mom were at our scrapbook retreat. And some of the stuff that comes in at the end of the layout coming together is actually scraps, not from a layout that I had created, but a layout that my sister Linda had created. And it was just basically, she cut something out with my silhouette, and it was the shapes that were left over that I took and used. So I'm just going to start here by trimming down my photo. I also trimmed down my page. As you know, I use a lot of white as my background, but I don't use white cardstock. So in this case, I used the white insert for a page, from a page protector that I had purchased. So the page protector was a little bit, it's a little bit different. The holes that are punched into the page are punched into the paper and not the plastic, so I just trimmed that off. So the Felicity Jane papers are actually just the two pink papers that you see that I am matting my photo on. So the pink, plain pink, and the striped pink. And so now I'm just going to add a layer of tissue paper behind that. I also thought about using the mint green paper in the background there. I'm not sure exactly who it's by, but I changed my mind only because I couldn't really figure out, as you have already seen, I couldn't figure out where I wanted to place them. I thought maybe in the corners of the photo. It just didn't work for me. So I took those out, and in the end, as you will see, or very soon at least. So I'm just going to trim this tissue paper down a little bit, and I didn't trim down the striped pink paper just because I thought it was a good enough size as it was. It didn't mat my photo perfectly, but sometimes I don't like that. I think it's fine if it's a little bit more narrow or wider than the photo, so it gives it a little bit more interest, a different shape and size, I guess. So here I am bringing in, like I mentioned, these scraps from Linda's layout that she had used. So she cut out the stars, and she used the paper and not the stars that were cut out. So I am going to use the stars that were cut out. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with this layout. I think this was probably the last one that I had created that night, and we stayed up quite late. So at this point, I think I was just starting to think that all of my layouts started to look too similar, and I was almost running out of ideas. So I decided that I wanted to use some of my tulle, and I used the teal color tulle, and I machine stitched that down just to create a little ruffle. And I am going to go in and adhere these paper stars, or at least not adhere them yet, but just place them on my page so I can figure out where exactly it is that I want them to go. So again, I need to apologize about the glare on the photo. The light is directly above me, and the photo is glossy, so I can't really get away from that glare, and I do apologize. Now that I am actually talking about the photo, I do want to mention that this photo is one of my daughter while she was coloring at the table, and I believe she must have been about 4 years old, and my husband is actually sitting at the table. I think he's coloring or he's drawing for work. Anyways, it was just cute. They were just sitting there both together coloring and drawing. So I snapped a picture. He doesn't really like me to take pictures of him very often, and most of the time I get a silly face so that basically the photo is not really usable. That's what he does to try to get away from me to take a picture, but I got one this time and I am going to scrap it. So I am just adding some foam to some of these stars, and then I brought in also some gold glitter hearts or sparkly hearts that I am going to attach to this. These are basically just gold glitter paper that I have punched hearts from. They're tiny, tiny little hearts. So I'm going to adhere the stars now with some hot glue, and then I will adhere the stars as well. And this is basically the entire layout. I will add a title and some ink splatters, but other than that, this is pretty much the way that the layout goes. Like I said, it's really, really simple. I just kind of threw it together. I did struggle a lot trying to put this one together, just because, like I said before, I thought all of my ideas were starting to look the same, and I think I was just at the point where I was too tired and it couldn't work. I think halfway through, I put it down, left it the way it was, cleared off my table, and went to sleep because everyone else had already gone to bed, and came back to it in the morning. So here is another Felicity Jane paper, and I really do love the black and white stripes. So I am going to add this to the left side of the page, just almost to anchor it a little bit, give it a little bit of balance to the left side. So here you'll notice that I only placed glue on the top of this paper, the strip of paper, only because I am using the Scotch quick dry glue, and it takes not a long time, I should say. It does not take a very long time to dry. It dries very quickly. So because of that reason, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to put glue on the entire strip of paper and then glue it down and have to add glue anyways. So I like to just put it in the corner, line up the opposite corner with no glue to my paper, and then glue the other side down. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself properly, but that way, the reason I do it that way is so that I can glue down the strip of paper evenly and line it up without having to peel it off again with the glue. And so then I just have one side glued, lined it up, and then I add glue to the rest of it. So it's a little bit easier for me to line it up that way. So now I am just going to add my title, which is going to be Too Cute. And these alpha stickers are also from a Felicity Jane kit. And I can't remember which kit it was from, but I really like this gold alpha. However, I didn't have any more O's left, and I think I only had the one T, so I ended up using the number 2, which I thought was cute because they're too cute and there's 2 of them, so I just thought it worked out well. So now I'm going to just add some ink splatters. So I'm going to start with my gold Heidi Swap Color Shine. So I'm going to shake it all up, make sure it's really well mixed, and I'm going to splatter. I believe, take out the part where I am soaking it up with a tissue paper. And I do that just so that you don't get that oil ring around. I let it sit for a couple seconds and then I soak it up just to leave the gold there. So I'm going to come in then after that, and I was thinking of using the mint color, but in real life the mint kind of it didn't match really well with the teal, so I decided instead to go with the black. Not that that matches, but it's a contrast, it's a better contrast, and I wanted to add a little bit more black because I already had that black stripe. So I added some gold and some black, and now I'm going to add some teal colored enamel dots that I just got from Michael's, and that will be the entire layout. So I want to say thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. Again, we are really just so happy and so humbled by all of your support. Please don't hesitate to let us know if there's anything that you would like to see, anything that you maybe could suggest that we change or do instead of something that we're already doing. We would really love to hear from you. Please leave a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you are new to this channel, and please leave a comment below if you have any comments. So stay tuned. There will be another video today. I am posting 2 videos today, and hopefully I will get the rest of the videos posted on a regular timeline if I can get my act together. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!